Work-life balance did not exist when we were building our business. If you're new to my page, my husband and I own a local game store here in rural Oregon, but that's not where we started. I want to start talking a little bit more about what it actually took to get to this point. And I think when I say that work-life balance didn't exist for us, a lot of people are like, oh wow, that must have been completely miserable. It was. But that was what it took for us to get to where we're at today. When I say work-life balance didn't exist, I mean that we were both working 3 day jobs at one point and maintaining our first side hustle, the vending machine route that eventually scaled and was able to be sold this year. And when we weren't working, we were home brainstorming and staying up until the early hours of the morning trying to figure out what the heck we could do next to get our life together. We tried college 3 times and never sat well with us. We felt like we were pouring a ton of money into something we couldn't even see doing for the rest of our life. And after the first vending machine collection we did, where we pulled $40 in change, we realized entrepreneurship was the thing that was going to offer us the flexibility and the freedom to go do whatever we wanted in life. But it took many, many years for us to get to the point where we actually felt like it paid off. I would say it wasn't until about 3 months ago that we finally started to feel like, oh my God, we don't need to be in survival mode all the time. We can actually just breathe for a minute. And it was a really massive whiplash moment. We were just sitting there and processing the fact that wow, we have done it, we have accomplished it. It is so hard for me to look back on pictures of our life before entrepreneurship and even the early stages of entrepreneurship, because life at that time sucked. And especially as we started getting things started, we were right at the beginning where we knew life sucked and we knew we still had so many years of hard work ahead of us before we would get where we wanted to go. All of our time was filled. We were exhausted all the time. When we weren't actively working, we were brainstorming what the heck we could do next. All of it was so stressful, and it gives me so much grief to think about because I remember how we felt at that time. Everything was pressing in around us and we didn't know what the heck we were supposed to do next, but we knew we needed to do something. However, I will tell you, it is the best feeling in the world. Now, we bought the roof over our heads, the food in our fridge, clothes on our back. Everything we have today, we got by building something ourselves. Just going to the grocery store is such a massive testament now to how much work we put in. So yes, work-life balance didn't exist in the beginning, but I wouldn't change that for the world, because every single ounce of grief we went through to get here is worth knowing that we have provided everything in our life through our own hard work. The foundation that we've laid is one that we can continue to build on through our lifetime. I will never not look back on that time of our life and knowing all of the freaking grief and strife we went through to get to this point and not feel so thankful for everything that we have. We know there's so much hard work ahead of us still, but knowing that we have the luxury to slow down a little bit in our off time and not constantly have to be like, oh my God, what's the next thing we need to do? What's the next thing we need to do? Just being able to just breathe for a minute is insane. And that is worth every ounce of hard work that we put in the beginning.